bro, you know how many demons I done fought throughout the night, bro? Like, I can be asleep and I can see a demon in the corner. And I was so used to it. I said, okay, I know at some point when I close my eyes, you're going to come from that corner and you're going to come in my face. And I know, and I literally learned how to fight demons on the fly because they were surrounding me so many times.
That is crazy.
Like I told my mother this, I told my brother this. Like I think most of my family know. Like when the devil was on you, he on you, and God has to test you. And I know the demons ain't no match for the name of Jesus. So I woke up in the middle of my sleep screaming Jesus.
Yeah.
I know my folks heard me, probably
Yeah.
woke them out of their sleep. But I've learned how to fight demons. So now when I see a demon in the corner, I say, all right, I'll wait for you. You come over here. And I know that I'm blessed enough that God has favor over me enough to where if that demon get close, you know, they have to bow. They have to bow. It ain't because of me, you know, it's because of Jesus.
God is real, God is real. Tell me how you feel. God is real, God is real.
Welcome to the God is Real podcast. I am your host, Crystal Triana, and today we have Mr. Sterling here with us. Hello.
Blessed to be here. Appreciate you.
It's
Thank
a
y'all for
blessing to
having me.
have you.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
So Sterling, I known Sterling for like a couple years now, a long time actually.
Yeah.
It's probably since 2011.
Yep.
He's actually he's my friend's brother, and so yes, and he wanted to come on here today and share his testimony with you guys, and I'm so happy about it that he's here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so tell the world a little bit about Sterling.
you. Shoot. I feel like I'm a mixed bag, kinda. I've always been myself. Obviously, I'm the second to last of six. Three girls, three boys. We grew up in the church. My mother did the best she could raising us all. And you know, just like anybody else, you know, we try to find our way. Made our mistakes, realized, you know, where our foundation is, obviously, and then we slowly but surely try to come back to where, you know, God has a line for us. So I'm here because I know God's grace and I'm blessed by the best and appreciate you having me on here.
Okay. Yeah, so he did mention that he grew up in the church. So like how old how old were you when you started going to church? When did you start believing in God? And like, just
Man, I think well, I was born in the church. Commonly Hills Baptist Church, Sea Pleasant, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Born and bred. My mother went there. My grandmother went there. So that was our foundation. And you know, what I mean, obviously at first you just go because you're told to
right,
go.
exactly.
So we went, you know, as kids, Bible study, Bible school, um, vacation Bible school, anything that involved the church, we was always there. My mother made sure, and my grandmother made sure that we were in church. Um, I think I got saved, maybe when I was maybe 11 or 12.
Okay.
I remember us being I think it's an all nighter. I don't know if you're familiar with all nighters,
Yeah,
but we
I
used to have
know.
all nighters at church.
Yeah.
And you know, okay, it's time, XYZ, you know, who wants to get like to Christ. And I think my homeboy went up there. One of my older homeboys went up there first. And I think I just followed him, to be honest with you. I really didn't understand, you know, what it meant to give your life to Christ. But, you know, I knew it meant something.
Right.
And my mother obviously was saved. My grandmother was saved. My older siblings were saved. I believe most of them at that point. And it was just, you know, something that I knew that was supposed to happen. Now, whether I understood the significance of it, that's a whole different story. But and then years later, I didn't served on every board that you can imagine. Um, I was an usher. I was a junior deacon. I sung in the choir. Um, what else? I think I did everything. I even graduated. This is a small little note, but me and a few of my homeboys, we graduated from the National Usher Society.
Wow. What? An Usher society.
You laughing at me, I get it, but yeah, it was this like I said, we had been ushering for so long, and the elder statesmen, the ushers, they wanted us to do it. So it's like this year-long class, and it was like militant.
Mm.
It was, I never knew it existed until I did it, but that was a small accomplishment. But yeah, I mean, church was the foundation. We went to early morning service, we went to Bible study, we went to the regular service, and any 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock service that was going on, we were at.
Okay.
And so that was our upbringing.
That's good. That's good that you had that foundation. And so yeah, so what is your relationship like now with God? Like,
Um, I think I'm a walking testimony. I mean, my relationship with him is, obviously, I know I can't do it without him.
mm-hmm.
Um, I now understanding life, I try to not only call on him when I'm on fire, but also thank him for what he's bringing me through.
Right.
Even if I'm in the storm,
Mm-hmm.
I thank him in the storm 'cause I know he has, means to an end for me at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe, obviously, my relationship with God can get better. I think anyone's relationship with
Right.
God can get better as you're growing and learning until you're dead, because I believe that you continue to learn and grow spiritually every day of your life. And at this point, I'm just trying to figure out exactly what he wants from me.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like I was called to minister, not from a pastoral standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
but I think as far as ministering to people who truly don't know God, and it's just using my mouthpiece. Like, it don't have to be from a pulpit,
Right.
but I run to people all the time, and I just feel that they need a word. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
somebody's not giving them a word, and whether it's encouraging them,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's filling out a Bible verse to them, and giving that to them. But I think God is keeping me here for a reason, and
It's a lot of ways you can reach people.
it really is. But I think the best is yet to come for me,
Yeah.
as far as what God has planned for me. So I'm open, and I'm learning, and I'm willing, and I can't wait.
Oh, that's really
So
good. That's all he needs to know is that you're open and you're willing
yes,
and
ma'am.
that he has your heart, and it's only up from here. It's only up from here. So, is there any like encounters where you had with God, or where any testimonies you want to share, or anything that God has gotten you through, or like you might have been one way before, but now you're changing your ways. You're trying to follow his leading.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course. It's funny because you said since 2011, we call those the Lago days, and that's where we first met through Christina, Keisha, and all of us. Not to drop no names on camera, but and obviously I'm a totally different person from back then. Yeah, I mean, and so I mean, it's just,
I mean, we used to turn up.
man, that was real.
Yeah.
And even then, like if you look back at some of those days, like, he still had
His
plans
hand.
for us,
Yep.
because so many people who we surround ourselves with even back then, are not with us no more. And I mean, I just mean, like, with us, period, or they're not here no more. Some people in jail, some people went on to see glory, but it's just like it's man, I got so much to talk about. But to get back to your question, um, as far as like a testimony, I mean, we used to go to this specific house every night. Like you said, the turn up was real, man. We smoked, we drank, we popped pills. It was, women and whatnot involved. And that was just like our trap house or whatever. Um, and we were there like almost every night. And it's funny because one night we were we were supposed to go there. I don't know what happened, why we didn't make it that night. But we woke up that next morning to find out that the owner of the house, he got shot down and killed in front of his wife and child. And
At the house.
at that same house that we used to be in every night, partying, turning up, and drinking and whatnot. And I told this story to my brother-in-law before, And I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. The one night we didn't go there,
Wow.
and that happened. So even something like that, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
the Lord was moving on our behalf, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
that could have been the very night that we were in there, and they could have came in guns a blazing, whoop de woo, whatever. But it's just, man, God has, man, He's moved. And it's funny because my testimony is not a finished testimony. I feel like I'm right in the midst of my testimony.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little bit raw on
Right.
one side, but I know God's grace on the other side and whatnot. So, even from being arrested and locked up and on house arrest and whatnot, um, like all those things have just taught me different things and brought me closer to God. And it's just like, because it could have been another way. I remember the judge told me I was the oldest of the other two gentlemen I got locked up with, and I had dreads back then. Obviously, I fit the mold clearly. When you're young, black, and with locks, and he told me, he was like, Mr. Thornton, the next time I see you, you bring your toothbrush. Basically, he was saying like, I'm gonna let you go this time, but the next
Oh
time I see
wow.
you, I ain't letting you go.
Right.
And I'm like, I had no priors.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been locked up before, arrested before, none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that let me know like he was willing to make an example out of me,
Mm.
type. And I'm like, okay. And that's when I found out, how the system actually works. Whether it works for us or not, that's how that's how they do things. Because it was people before me who was getting off for drugs, for murders, for RICO, whatever you name it. And we watched those people get off and the judge let them go home. I'm like, so we y'all, we had some petty. To me, it was petty, but all those signs were like God saying, okay, all right, I'm gonna allow you to do this, and I'm trying to teach you. And then this thing happened years later. I'm allow you, and then I'm gonna teach you. And it's just like everything. It's crazy. I mean, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But man, God is good. And I speak about grace because that's one of my biggest things now. I tell my folks, my friends, my family, even co-workers and whatnot, allow grace.
Yeah.
Allow grace. I was gonna get it tattooed on me, even though that's not really the God like thing. Not supposed to mark your body yet, but that's what I live by. You gotta allow grace.
Yeah.
Somebody do you wrong, okay, allow grace. You know, somebody does something you don't like and all this, because you have to extend that same grace
God
that
extends
God
to
has
us.
gave you,
Right.
and that also in lines with judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe judgment is something that we just naturally do
Mm-hmm.
because we're human.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe you're held accountable the moment you realize that you're judging. And that's when you're supposed to stop and say, Lord, forgive me.
Right.
And you stop it right there. So, allow grace. I tell everybody, allow grace.
Yeah.
When somebody cut you off,
Right.
you don't know what type of morning they had.
Exactly.
They might be speeding to the hospital. They might just got in an argument with their wife. They
Right.
might, child might have just got, so extend that grace, because you don't know what somebody is going through. So that's my word for anybody. Every
so
day,
true.
all
So
day,
good.
allow grace. And then that helps you become a better person because you start to understand, how God is moving each and every way. So that's just me. Allow grace
And none of us are perfect.
at all.
We all gonna need grace
Every day.
at point of time. Every day. It's just like, so that's very important. And that is something that God wants us to He wants us to extend grace to those, because He extends it to us.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And
Correct.
He doesn't want us to hold anything over no one's head. And the Bible, it actually says He wants us to forgive them 77 times.
That's a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie, that's a lot of time.
77 times. So it's nothing that you can, because it's nothing that we can do that will separate us from God's love. You know what I mean? And God is love. He's created us to be love, and He wants us to extend that love and that grace to those around us. And it's a daily practice though, because you will find yourself in moments wanting to get on somebody or hang something over somebody's head, but then you gotta I remind myself, what would Jesus do?
Right.
Or how would Jesus want me to act in this moment? Or you get what I'm saying? Or let me see myself in this person. I know that, their intentions, even if their intentions was not the best, you know what I mean? Just showing them that grace, because I know that's what God wants me to do, and that's what God does for us. So it's very important.
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
said that.
Already, yep.
Very important. Anything else you want to share?
Man, I told you you had me talking
Floor
all
is
day.
yours.
It's I mean it's a lot. Like so let me ask you this. So in having this platform and doing this, have you seen a change in your surroundings? Whether that's people, whether that's because it's crazy because the moment you start doing God's work, people start to fall off.
That's interesting that you said that, because not everybody's going to understand the journey that I'm on and the journey that God is calling me to be on. And I've come to accept that who he wants in my life will be in my life. Who's not supposed to be in my life, he will remove from my life.
Correct.
And I'll still have love for anybody he removes. Like, I'll always have love for those people, but I understand that there's times and there's seasons, and sometimes, the season is up where you are no longer supposed to be in this person's life. And, not everybody is going to understand. And even when it comes to just supporting this platform, not everyone is going to support. And I'm not even looking for everyone's support. I'm looking, as long as God is happy with me,
Yeah.
that's all that matters. Like, that's all. I'm living for God. I'm not living for man. I am living for God. So I'm already expecting, and I know what comes with this. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know where God is going to take this podcast and how he's going to, who knows, like he's just getting started. Like you said, like, he has big plans for our lives. And once we submit to him, those plans will unfold. And, you never know where he'll end up taking us. And it's like, whoever's supposed to be around will be around. Whoever isn't, they won't. And I will understand that, this is all a part of God's plan.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what I have to say about it.
So you mentioned seasons, like which is very true, and it's funny because I was just talking to not to disrespect her. We're not. So I'm another truth bomb. I'm actually separated right now. I'm not divorced, so I won't call her my ex-wife. But she is the mother of my child. We're just separated right now. Whatever God takes that, He'll take it. But we were having. I was talking to her last night actually, and I was telling her I told her I feel like I'm in a not feel like I know that I'm in a season of solitude. Obviously, it was always all of us, a lot of us, family, whole lot of friends.
Right.
Before I got married, it was woman after woman after woman. I had my good men always around me and whatnot, and then obviously, my wife when I did get married, and I have none of that now. I'm just by myself, and I'm not lonely. Physically, I am lonely, but I realize this is a season where God is trying to push me elsewhere. So I go to work, I come home, I go to Bible study on Wednesdays, church on Sundays, when I can, not every Sunday, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not doing a lot of things that I used to do, and I realized like this is what he been trying to get me to, so that he can catapult me,
Exactly.
forward and whatnot. So it's a weird space, but I'm able to get through it because I know what he's doing. Now I just have to be receptive, number one, and then number two, when that door open, push it down, go through it.
Right.
And it's okay to ask questions, but you got to be open and willing to, so you can find out. The you never know the shot that you don't take. You got to
Right.
shoot the shot, and then you figure out, what the result is after that. So, this season for me of solitude, and I know God's gonna have an answer for me soon. So that's just where I'm at. I've never been this season before. I've always had people around me, family and friends. Like I said, I don't have no women in my Rolodex. That's an old word. If you know what a Rolodex is, I'm not doing none of that. And like I said, for the first time in my life, that's actually where I'm at. So,
I'm so proud of you.
man, thank you.
I really am
Yeah,
proud of
it's-
you.
it's-
And I'm excited because this is good. God is pruning. God is
Yeah.
like, this is this is what it's all about. You know what I mean?
It's a lot. It's a
It
lot. Like I said,
is.
because it's new. Um,
It is.
remember that the Wale song, and the intro was he's talking about the roller coasters and whatnot, and he
Wale
was
song.
like, when you walk into a marriage, nobody can be prepared for marriage because it's new. You never experienced it before. So you go into it with a level of optimism, but you stay open and you stay willing, and I feel like that's where I'm at. So I'm open and I'm willing, I'm optimistic, and I'm, like I said, I'm searching for answers. Sometimes it's easy if God just put it right in your face and
Right.
but sometimes he don't play like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes he
process,
gonna
too.
it's
a process.
it really is. So but that's where I'm at, and I'm blessed, and I'm just gonna roll the punches. I know my family got my back, and I'm cool off that. That's all that matters for me.
Well,
So
I'm really proud of you.
thank you.
I'm definitely gonna keep you in my prayers.
Please do, 'cause I need all
Because I
of
know
it.
what that solitude, what that season is like, and it's
Yeah.
not easy. Like, whew, it's not, but it is worth it. It is worth it, and you grow closer to God. It's like, you know what I mean. You might not be close to those you once were close to, but you're growing a closer relationship with God, and within that, you know what I mean. It's blessings, you know what I mean. Within that, it is the answers you are seeking for, looking for. He will give you those answers, you know what I mean. It's like you're no longer just living, doing your own thing. It's like you're now taking that time to slow down. You're just taking that time to, okay, God, what is it that you want to say to me? What is it you have to say to me right now? Like, what is it you want me to do? You know what I mean? And it's like you now have that quiet time. You now have an open ear to hear what he has to say. And like, sometimes he might not say what you're expecting him to say, or he might not speak to you the way you're expecting him to speak to you, but you're open and he will meet you there. He will, like, you get what I'm saying? He will.
That'd be the hard part right there. Like, Lord, how I asked for this the whole time, and then you trying to tell me something different. I could have been wasting my time just asking me what you was gonna give me, But like I said, that's just how he is, man. It's So if a conversation, right, is between two people, right? So you know how when people say they talking to themselves, I don't believe you're actually talking to yourself. I actually believe that's a conversation that you're having in the spiritual realm, and that's how God is talking to you. Because we all don't have the same spirit of discernment, right? So if you just think and you sitting there, you be like, man, what? But you answering your own questions, but you're actually not. That I
God is giving
believe,
you-
that's
yeah,
God.
that's the Holy
giving
Spirit.
you all of that. And I think if people looked at it more like that, it'd be like easier in your life.
Because even before, like, when I was out in the world doing my own thing, I would, like, because I was always, like, searching. Like, I grew up Christian, but I kind of, like, in my teenage years, early 20s, was doing my own thing, and I was, learning, reading other things that were not necessarily a Christian thing to read. But I've always was, like, searching for answers and something, and I would come across things like the answers is within you. I would see that a lot, like the answers is within you. And I wasn't even thinking about it as the Holy Spirit or, God is within me. I don't know where, I was just trying to figure out the answers is in me. It's interesting. But like you said, it is God. It's really God that's in us. God lives on the inside of us. And in those moments where we are looking for answers, and the answer is within us because God lives inside of us.
Correct.
And so he does speak to us. And sometimes we might think it's our own thought. Like you said, we might think, oh, I'm going crazy, I'm talking to myself. But it's literally him talking to us, having a conversation with us. And it's like you said, us just being like more aware of like, oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. Like, I was thinking that, or I was wondering that, and, just all of a sudden an answer just placed on your spirit.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh,
Yep.
that's the Holy Spirit. That's God speaking to you.
Yep.
So that is.
They tell you to sleep. When they tell you to sleep on it, that's allow God to have time for you to converse with Him, and then you wake up like there's so much clarity now all of a sudden because God didn't already spoke to you. So that's let me ask you this. It might be moving to a different direction. Let me ask you this. Okay. So, the movie Sinners. I I want to watch it.
Uh-huh.
I have wanted to watch it. I haven't watched it, and I'm not going to watch it. And I feel like because my spirit, when I first seen the trailer, my spirit told me don't watch it. As good as it looked, and then my guy Michael B. Jordan, like, bro, I know he can act his tail off.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a good movie.
They do.
If this was several years back, I would have watched it and I thought 2 seconds
Not
about
thought
it.
twice.
But because now, like I said, my spirit, the level of spirituality that I have, I won't watch it. And to the point where I won't even allow it in my house. So if somebody else wants to watch it and they in my house, they got to wait till they get home. Because I don't want that spirit in my house. Now, like I said, just seeing it, it didn't seem demonic. Well, yes it did. Yes it did. I'm sorry. That's what threw me off about it, because to me, and you can tell me how you feel, to me the message is music is powerful. And that's why God created music, but we use it for what we want to use it for. God made music for the glorification of Him. Us, we the R&B and the rap and all that. That's for self glorification.
Flesh.
And I think that movie is about, without even watching it, just seeing a little bit of trailer. I even turned the trailer off. I just think that music has a way of alluring people.
I don't know what it's about. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I just know Michael B. Jordan has a movie, and I think I know it has something to do with vampires.
So how you feel about it?
Sterling, the name is Sinners.
Correct.
Am I a sinner? Yes, I am a sinner, but I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But the name is Sinners. I'm never going to be perfect, but I am not trying to sin. I'm not going to go to places that are going to lead me to sin. You know what I mean? And if I do go to those places, it's like I know better. Like I'm aware, like, okay, I shouldn't be here. I really shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? But for me, it was the title alone.
Yeah.
Sinners.
Yeah.
Give me a movie that's called Godly.
Right.
I'll go see it because I want to become a more godly person.
Right. All right.
Sinners? No.
Like it's promoting sin.
Yeah, it's promoting sin.
Yeah.
And it's like the devil just like, come watch me.
Yeah.
Come watch me. You know you want to. But it's exciting over here.
That's the world we live in now.
Yeah.
All that stuff is is glorified, and I think that's why we have to, like, we really gotta be careful. Like I said, just by us living and breathing, we're already going to accumulate sin because we're human and we're
we're not
imperfect.
perfect.
But you have to realize, okay, that's like, okay, I know I'm going to die one day. But why would I go skydive, give myself an easier path to death? That's just me and my thinking. I'm not going to put myself in death's way to come get me.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, why would I watch the movie Sinners and I know it's promoting sin and then allow that spirit, because people don't realize spirits jump.
Exactly.
So even if I'm watching it on my TV screen in front of me, that spirit can come off of that and come into my house now. And now at 2:00 in the morning, I'm seeing demons in my bedroom.
I'm sorry, that's not funny, but it's so true.
No, but that's my truth.
Yeah.
'Cause I've had, bro, you know how many demons I done fought throughout the night, bro? Like, I can be asleep and I can see a demon in the corner. And I was so used to it. I said, okay, I know at some point when I close my eyes, you're going to come from that corner and you're going to come in my face. And I know, and I literally learned how to fight demons on the fly because they were surrounding me so many times.
That is crazy.
Like I told my mother this, I told my brother this. Like I think most of my family know. Like when the devil was on you, he on you. And God has to test you. And I know the demons ain't no match for the name of Jesus. So I woke up in the middle of my sleep screaming Jesus.
Yeah.
I know my folks heard me, probably woke them out of their sleep. But I've learned how to fight demons. So now when I see a demon in the corner, I say, all right, I'll wait for you. You come over here. And I know that I'm blessed enough that God has favor over me enough to where if that demon get close, they have to bow. They have to bow. It ain't because of me, it's because of Jesus. So, what scares me is that people don't realize how deep the spiritual realm is. When somebody says, I can watch a demonic movie and it not have an effect on me, it's already had an effect on you.
Mm.
I wholeheartedly believe that, because if you, for me, it's nothing like being in the home and you ending your night watching a demonic movie. You just allowed everything you didn't watch into your living room and your bedroom.
You preaching to them, Sterling.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. You ever been around somebody and you just cool and doing you, and it's like your spirit keep drawing you to that one person, and you're like, why that person keep looking at me? Why they keep? Because their spirit don't like your spirit, and you
Yeah.
haven't done anything. You don't even know the person. They don't know you,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like you can feel
Yeah.
something,
Mm-hmm.
and you like, okay, when you spiritually inclined now, you understand how to fight that person. Sometimes you got to go over to that person. How are you today?
Mm.
How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
Mm.
Cause sometimes they're stuck right there and they don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
But just you going over there and sharing God's grace with them, that might get them up out of that.
Right.
So we have a duty and a responsibility now to where if we see that, we got to help fight it. I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. But like you said, it's a lot.
Me now, I'm questioning everything I watch. I question everything I listen to. I am not playing because I know the enemy is waiting for the opportunity to sneak in there. And it's like I know that I'm walking in purpose. I'm living in purpose. And I know I have to stay grounded. I know I have to, you know what I mean, protect myself from allowing certain the devils and the demons to have any type of contact or access to me. I question everything I watch to the point where I can be watching like what was it was watching the other day? A magic the Now You See Me. Now You See Me on Netflix.
Oh, the movie.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, should I be watching this? They're doing magic and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I was like, oh, maybe. But I'm just like so sensitive to like, should I? You know what I mean? And like you said, years ago, I was never like really questioning what I was watching, listening to. But now I'm just like, is this feeding my spirit or is this going to take away from my spirit? I'm really on that now. It's like, is it going to make me better? Or, am I going to cut off this TV show? Am I going to have peace? Like you said, am I going to have peace before I go to sleep tonight? Or am I going to go to sleep in fear?
Yep.
The Lord has not given us a spirit of fear.
Nope.
And I don't want no spirit of fear. I want the spirit of peace. I enjoy watching my love shows and romantic movies and comedies. But I've never been into scary movies. My whole life. I never like being scared. I don't even like roller coasters. I don't like nothing that would scare me. I don't like that that feeling in my stomach of just I don't like that. I like to feel love, peace, happiness, joy. So I'm all about watching movies that's gonna make me feel it. I love watching love movies because I feel now I'm in love with the characters. So now I feel love. So I've always been that type of girl.
I'm the same way. I separate scary movies and demonic movies. I think of scary as more comical. And it may be every now and again, but if it's any sight of demonicism, if that's even a word, yeah, nah. Even ask anybody around me, even if a demonic commercial comes on and it's just commercial, I either mute it because I can't turn it fast enough, or like I said, I turn it off. I don't even want the commercial playing in my room.
Same.
So like I stay away from all that, bro. I stay away from, and the
Yeah.
more you realize, the more God has planned for you, then you realize the more the devil wants from you. And he's not gonna attack nobody who not doing God's will.
He's not.
That's a waste of time. Like he's not gonna do that. So the more that you're getting spiritually inclined and getting closer to God, that's when you know the devil is working on you. Because it'll be times where I drink 6 out of 7 days a week, right? And I go to sleep, I sleep like a baby. The one night I don't drink, that's the night I'm seeing demons and whatnot. You feel me? Cause he know I'm trying to do better, and now he like, okay, I'm gonna catch you now. You ain't gonna drink, you ain't gonna get none of this. Okay, yeah, and then like so, it be small stuff like that you gotta really discern yourself about. So I mean, it's a lot.
It's very deep. It's very deep.
It's a lot. Like I said, I'm not a finished product at all. I'm still very much raw as I don't know what. Like I'll probably gonna get out of here and probably cuss on my way down the steps. But I mean, I'm just being honest. Like,
Yeah.
God didn't use a drunk before. He didn't use a prostitute before. He didn't use, a thief before. So he can definitely use us. And I just need more people to realize it.
Yeah.
And to take it a step further, do you know who? Because you said what you said to start this little section off. You know D1.
Who's that?
You ever heard D1? He's a Christian artist. He's like, I'm not gonna say gospel artist,
Maybe
but
I know a
he
song. Can you
promotes.
sing one of his songs?
I can't because I don't listen to his music, and I probably should. That's terrible because I'm trying to talk about him. But he's fighting against hip hop. He calls it hypocritical hop. And I would love to sit down with him and like just pick his brain because he's one of the few artists out here who's not falling in line, with the with what the industry tries to set us up with. And he calls it hypocritical hop. And he's either I seen the other day, he has a petition online and he wants you to sign it, fill it out, and he wants you to pledge against hip hop.
Oh wow.
And I thought about it. Now I gotta read a little bit more on it, but I'm with it because hip hop is nothing but murder music.
Yeah.
It's killing our generation. Now, luckily, I think our generation made it out just in time. But the YNs that they call them the YNs and whatnot, bro, they're gone. They're gone. They don't value their life. They don't value people around them. They don't honor their parents. And to them to carry a gun and shoot it, it means nothing.
Right. Exactly.
And we're losing our children. And it's sad because it's getting worse and worse. And I have a daughter. And bro, how am I supposed to bring her up in this type of society that we live in? Obviously, a man and a woman was meant to be. So one day she might, bring home somebody who I believe is no good for her because look at where we at.
Yeah.
It's no value in the home no more. Kids are out to 2 and 3 in the morning. You got 14, 15-year-olds catching murder charges. Like, why?
Yeah.
And so to get back to D1, he's trying to fight against all of that. And, he's somebody who, without even knowing, he's like, kind of like a mentor. Because when I look at his page, it's everything positive. He don't mind being in the same room as a hip hop artist, but he's ministering. He's actually done some work with some hip hop artists, but he's gotten them to see that okay, he means something different than what the industry wants. But man, we could talk about that forever.
I'm gonna
But
have to look him up.
it's
I love it. I love it.
D1 man, he definitely positive, man. And I just think we need more people like him.
Because we can still jam to Christian hip hop. Like
Right.
Christian hip hop go hard. Like it goes hard. So it's
Correct.
like why not jam to Jesus love me? Oh, thank you, Jesus. I should not be singing on this podcast. Why not be jamming to the
I ain't gonna say nothing about the single. Keep singing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
No, but seriously, like we need more positivity in the world.
But why is it not happening? So what we talked about off camera now is a perfect time to bring that up because what I said is you are somebody who has this positive,
yeah.
God bless platform.
Yeah.
But people would see this on the algorithm and skip right over it.
over it.
Versus when they see the shooting and the killing and the sexualized content,
right.
That's what they get their attention to. So, and that's what makes them money. They're not putting money into gospel. They're not putting
Right.
money into Christian rap and things like that. And we live in America. That's the bottom line is money. And if you're not making money, then you mean nothing.
Right.
That's how they want you to see it. And it's sad, man.
It is very sad. It's very sad.
It's definitely sad, but
all we can do is pray for people, pray for the world, but even just this podcast, we're moving in that direction. You hear, you know what I mean? God has a plan for your life and what he has for you and how you impact the world. He placed us here to be, that person to bring light to these situations.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are just out here in the matrix, just, just consumed with all type of negativity and wondering why the whole world is all upside down and why they so negative, why they depressed, why they this and why they that. But it's a lot of it is in the music. A lot of it is in movies and what you watch. A lot of it has to do with who you hang with.
That's
know what I
for
mean?
sure.
You
That's
know.
for sure.
So we just gotta be more mindful and aware and intentional about what we watch, what we listen to, who we hang with. You know what I mean? Because we want to live healthy, positive, loving, happy lives. You know what I mean? And we don't want to be
And for a long time.
for a long
Where did
time.
this live fast, die young? Where did that come
I
from?
don't know.
That just sounds like the most ignorant thing I ever heard. Like, why would you want to die young?
And that's another thing. Be careful with your words. Your words are powerful. Words are powerful. I hear people say all the time, like, I'm broke. People, like, I'm broke. I'm broke. Like, you know what I mean?
You gonna stay broke
Words
too.
are powerful.
Yep. Yep.
It's
One
life
of
and
my
death.
not to cut you off, sorry. One of my homeboys told me, and I'm a paraphrase, I don't remember. This is a minute ago. He was like, basically, you one of the richest broke ends I ever seen. And he said that because personally he knew me. He know I couldn't probably scrape together $2. But how I walk around, how I carry myself, how I act, you would think I got a little bag in my pocket, and I don't. And I'm not gonna say I'm broke. You just told me don't say I'm broke.
Don't say it.
But I don't. But I think how you carry yourself is what naturally comes to you. So yeah, I might got $10 in my pocket or whatnot, but you ain't finna know that because I'm finna walk around with my head held high. And I believe I don't care where you go. You supposed to look good when you leaving out the house. That's just me. Not for nobody else, but for myself. You never know who you're gonna meet. Yeah, that's a saying and all that. But when you walk and talk with confidence, bro, that brings about a lot of joy.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. I'm not walking around, man, oh Lord, I ain't got no money today, man. This beating me down, this beating me down. We already know it's life. If you living, you could be you pretty much beaten down.
Right.
But how you, like you said, speaking to existence, like you gotta walk and talk, with the power of the tongue and knowing that God is providing. While when you in your brokenness, God is making a way. So
Yeah.
you gotta that's just me. That's just me. I'm gonna walk out your door with this $5 in my pocket, and but I'm gonna be blessed.
When my pastors told us recently on one Sunday, I'm already successful.
Okay.
You're already successful.
Yes, ma'am.
It's already done. It's already written. You know what I mean? You just gotta believe and receive it. You're already successful.
Correct.
So
let me say this one thing, if you don't mind. I heard this years ago, and it was simple, but it meant so much, right? Because on that same topic, like I just said, if you're living, you have been through something. The older you get, just the more you realize how blessed you are because everything you've been through.
right.
Right? So when I heard this, the more you go through, the more blessed you are. Only one thing in life is going to kill you. And that's what God has to send you home. We walk around, man, this is going on in my life. This is going on in my life. This is going on in my life. But you're still here. None of that stuff took you out. Not divorce, not homelessness, not bankruptcy, not none of that took you out.
Right.
You still here. Only one thing is going to kill you, and that's what God intended to
Right.
bring you home to glory. So we have to keep that in mind. And until he brings you home to glory, know that you're going to make it through the day.
You blessed.
That's
It's a
it.
blessing to be alive.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think that can encourage a lot of people. So whatever you're going through,
Yeah.
if you end up watching this podcast, which you should, just know that only one thing is going to take you out. And until then, continue to press forward. And that's my message. That's it.
Yeah, that's so good.
That's it.
That's so good. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on
Nah,
here.
this was cool. This was definitely cool.
I'm
This
so
was cool. I
happy you
appreciate you.
came. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the space. And real talk.
Yes. We talked about some really good stuff. I wasn't expecting it, but it was needed. We needed to talk about
Yes,
it, though.
ma'am.
You know what I mean? So I'm happy that we did. is there anything else you want to close with, or
No,
I think you?
I think that was it. I think that was it, man. Just like I said, allow grace.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what someone is going through.
Mm-hmm.
Allow grace. Continue to bless people as God has blessed you, whether that's through encouragement,
Yeah.
whether it's through a couple of dollars, whether it's a hot meal, or maybe a ride home after work. Allow grace and continue to be a blessing as God has blessed you. And I think all that stuff comes back tenfold.
Right. Exactly.
Don't look for it. But always be ready to receive it. And I think that's why I'm blessed. I think that's why I'm still here. So, and
Yes.
that's it.
It's a blessing to be a blessing. It's
a
more
blessing
blessed
to
to give
There
than it
you
is
go.
to receive.
There you go. Get that little $5 up out your pocket. That's all you gotta do.
What would Jesus do?
That's what he would do. Little $5, you can have it. It's yours.
Do you have like any social media, anything you
my
working
Lord.
towards? How can the people keep up with you and your journey with
they can't. They can't.
what?
They can't. It's funny, we were talking about this off the camera, but I do got to get my socials back up. I definitely do. You know what's funny about that?
What?
So it's funny so you know how we met in 2011, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back then I was called something else on my IG, and I had X amount of followers. I grew up just a little bit, started another IG, a little bit less followers. Grew up a little bit more, had another IG.
Less.
It's funny because the more foolishness you in, the more followers you have. And now that I feel like I am who I am now, ain't nobody checking for me, which is fine. But it's just funny how when I was swagging the bottle, I was swagging the bottle at one point, we was turning up every night, 100 likes, without like all that good stuff. And like, it's
Soon as you start doing something positive, it's like, okay, next.
Yeah, that's. I literally tried that one night. I literally tried it. I posted all our Super Bowl drinks and food on the table and everything. Man, I had so many likes. And then I just posted me sitting on the couch, blessed. And probably like 15 likes. But it's funny what people consume. So, but no, to answer your question, bro, I'm trying to tell you, man. I literally watched it happen in real time. But yeah, I do need to get my IG back up. I think Go ahead.
My Instagram is kind of like that too. My stories, I used to get way more views on my stories, like 300 views. Now it's
you was
like,
popping on IG at one point. Yeah, you was
like 40 views.
See?
I'm like, where am I at?
They don't care no more. They like, oh no, Crystal didn't turn. She didn't change on us. Yeah,
she's a church girl now. She ain't fun no more. We ain't gonna see no boobies jumping up and down on the story.
But you know what? They just broken spirits, and we got to keep, encouraging them. That's all that is. They just broken.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear something positive when you're not moving positively.
That's so true. That's so true.
But yeah. What is my Instagram? Do you want my Instagram? I don't even know my Instagram. Like that's how little I'm on it. But
well, I'll be able to like post your Instagram in the description box of the video. Okay. So I'll find it because I have you on Instagram.
That's terrible.
And I'll post and tag you on the video so that people can know,
I appreciate you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not even, but I get it back up and running if y'all care. But appreciate
yes,
yeah, that's terrible.
He's thinking about doing his own podcast. You thinking about it?
It's just a thought.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
You never know. You never know. But I'm definitely gonna keep you in my prayers because God is just, I'm so proud. Like I'm so proud of you, and I'm just like so excited for you.
Thank you.
Because I only know it's gonna only be good things for you,
Correct.
To come, and that God has a wonderful future in store for you, and you are on the right path. You are in the will of God. You're on the path that He wants you to be on, and I'm just so excited, and I'm definitely going to keep you in my prayers.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And I pray blessings over you, brother.
There we go. All right.
Blessings.
I better see a blessing tomorrow. You just spoke it.
Blessings, favor, peace,
okay.
Joy, fulfillment, supernatural increase over your life.
There we go. And restoration.
Restoration.
Can't forget that.
Healing.
Yes,
in Jesus' name.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you, Sterling, for joining us.
Appreciate you,
blessed me and the audience today.
Yes, ma'am.
And we thank you guys for tuning in and watching the God is Real podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you here next time. Thank you for
God is
tuning
real.
in. God is real.
God is real. God is real. Tell me how you